You had like a client base of people that you was doing the makeup on. Is there any other things that you think have really contributed to your client base being like it is now?
Word of mouth is absolutely massive. Like word of mouth is one of the biggest marketing tools that you have. Like literally, when we have a consultation form, when people come in, they obviously fill in a section that says, where did you hear about us? And they all pretty much all either say Instagram or my friend.
Okay.
Yeah, and there really isn't much. There's a couple that come through Google now because we've worked on SEO a little bit more, but generally speaking, I know someone that knows them, they felt comfortable with me, then they'll recommend them to someone else. And it's about the client that came to me in the first place. We got that buzz, we got that vibe, and they're like, oh, you're going to love her. And they don't even talk about the treatment some of the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're actually just coming for like the vibe of the experience and trust the trust.
Talk to me about client experience. How do you make your client's experience really good? So obviously they come to you, they have the treatment done, they leave, they're happy with the treatment. But what other things do you do that kind of enhances that client experience and makes the client want to leave and tell their friends about you?
Well, more recently, we actually introduced a form in reception because I identified that not everybody wants to chat, not everybody wants to relax. Generally speaking, in our treatment, our main treatment, we don't sell it as a relaxing treatment. So I think that's one of the first things. You don't sell the experience as something that it's not. So it's very much about deep cleaning and extraction. And, you know, you wouldn't really imagine that as a relaxing facial with a massage and everything else. So there's different types of treatment that you offer that you need to sort of home into what they are.
Yeah.
For example, if I offered loads of massage during a chemical peel, it wouldn't make sense. So it's trying to be clear on what it is that we are going to be doing with the client at the start. Sorry, just going back to that, I was just saying that recently I did introduce a form in reception now that actually says, help us, what does it say? Help us increase your experience. I can't remember what it says.
Enhance your experience.
Enhance your experience. And then it basically has, I think, 6 questions on it. And it literally says, what type of treatment are you looking for? Would you like an informative treatment or a relaxing treatment? Would you like us to talk to you about our upgrades? Would you like us to offer you home care information and product recommendations?
Okay.
And then at the end it says, how are you feeling today? Rate 1 to 10. And then it says, is there anything else you would like us to know? What happened was a lady came in for a treatment and she absolutely loved it. She loved it that much. She sent me the most huge email about how amazing it was and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, she sent her sister. And so we'd gone through product recommendations and we'd done this and we'd done that. She sent her sister for a treatment and her sister came. Her sister was a completely different person. Okay. Her sister was very reserved. I felt that she needed to really zen down. She was a little bit anxious and I think I'm quite good at picking up
you're adaptable.
the senses, like quite adaptable. So with her sister, I really adapted the treatment. I didn't, when we started to do with the extraction, she was a bit twitchy and did a few things that just made me think, okay, this is not really the experience that she's looking for. So I took it down. We took it into relaxation and everything. Anyway, at the end of it, I asked her if she enjoyed the treatment. She was fine. And off she went. And then 2 days later, I got an email from her sister that said, hi, Tara, I just wanted you to know, this is the weirdest email that I've ever had, by the way. I just wanted you to know that I absolutely love my experience with you. I've used all the product recommendations that you've given me and my skin is absolutely amazing. However, I want to cancel my future appointments with you because my sister did not enjoy hers. You didn't recommend her any products. And she said that you didn't talk as much to her as you did to me. When we compared our experiences, they were really different. So I was like, oh shit. Like this is, I mean, I don't really get complaints. So this one's a bit like, okay.
And it was a nice complaint as well.
Do you know what?
She weren't like,
it was the
you
weirdest.
bitch.
Do you know at the end of it, she put, don't worry, I will still recommend you to everyone else. But because my sister didn't like it, I just can't come back. So I was completely confused. It was the nicest, worst.
Yeah.
I was like, what is going on? So I emailed her back and I just said to her exactly what you've said. I said, I really tried to be a chameleon in these treatments. And at the time I felt your sister's anxiety. Yeah. And what I tried to do was actually relax her. Yeah. Because I really felt that she was resisting on speaking with me. And I can speak. Like you can't, 100%. One thing that you can't say is that I can't speak because I can definitely speak. Yeah. Yeah. And I just said to her, look, I'm really, really sorry that she didn't. The experience would have been the same had she given me the same energy back from you. Yeah. Why I put in the form that basically says is now.
Do you want to talk?
Do you want to talk?
Yeah.
What's your mood?
Do you want
Is there
us to
anything
tell
you want to
you
talk about?
Yeah, I love
like,
that.
did your dog die today? Like, what happened? I don't know. Like, what
you
happened?
okay, hon?
Are you okay, hon? Because then,
Yeah,
I suppose
you know.
we're not psychic in this industry. We don't know what's going on in everyone else's heads. And we have to leave our stuff at the door. And in that situation, it was a lesson learned for me. And I just thought,
I
you know
like
what?
that, though.
Let's put this. So we put that in. Then when we get to the start of the treatment, we go through the treatment in black and white. This is what we're going to do.
Yeah.
We're going to start with this and we're going to start with that. And the initial treatment that they come for is really a treatment but a consultation. We're getting to know the skin. We don't do anything too advanced or whatever. We just really try to get to know the skin a little bit, give them some recommendations. So keep it in black and white. Make sure they know what they're having from start to finish. Ask them if there's any questions. Is there anything you'd rather me do? Is there anything you'd rather me not do? So that'll help you to get the experience right every time. But because everybody's different, you need to ask the question.
Yeah.
You need to ask the question throughout. And then obviously you can do your general check-ins. Does that feel okay? How is that?
Yeah.
Normally you'll get a good feel for whether people want to talk or not, won't you, within like the first 5 or 10
Yeah.
minutes. So yeah, that's probably how I'll enhance the experience to suit the person.
Okay.
And then we'll write down the product list that, you know, we'll recommend for them. We'll recommend the products. And then what we'll do then is we'll talk about what we think would be best for them next time. So we've already set them up to come back before they've even halfway through the first treatment.
So they're already kind of excited, thinking, oh, next time they're going to do this for me.
So this time we're going to do this, but next time, I tell you what I think would be really good, and this is not me being a salesperson, really. This is me genuinely.
Well, it is, not selling,
it's genuinely, that's what I would want to do to the skin next time to get them to where they want it to be. So we're setting them up really to come back before we've even got halfway through the treatment. And then at the end of the treatment, we'll say, so normally we would recommend the amount of time in between. And then we'll say, shall we get that next one booked in? And it just, it is really simple when you get into that and you can ask that question. You can be confident that you know that will improve whatever it is. I know it's not the same in everyone, like hair and stuff like that, but generally speaking, there's something that you can do next time that might be a little bit different.
Yeah, so you can kind of get that ready for them. You also do little treats for your clients, don't you?
Yeah.
So, and you do them quite seasonally. So give us some examples of things that you do as just before they leave, really, isn't it? So I know, for example, you did the hot chocolate back in, was it Christmas
November,
time?
December
Yeah,
time,
you had like little cups made, you put your little logo on a sticker. And so talk to us about why you do that and what you do.
I think it's just because when you've just finished an experience and you're like, that was really great, and round and then you're like, okay, I'm getting up. Remember, like, the last thing that you really experienced was the thing that you remember. So you've gone through like the treatment, they've had a great time. Now they're sat up and looking at the phone and they're trying to do the bank transfer. And it's like, so if you leave it right to the end as they're leaving the door, that just gives them that high on the experience.
Yeah.
So I have put together things like sponges, SPF. I get lots of like samples from companies as well. And I'll sort of say why it will be, like, use this in between. This will help you in between the treatments. God, what else have we done?
Eggs at Easter.
We've done cream eggs at Easter. We've done, hot chocolates. I do little Christmas presents.
Yeah.
And there's loads.
Cookies. You like your cookies, don't you? And you have them logoed with
the business on. But you don't have to spend loads. It's just about enhancing the experience right at the end of it.
Yeah, I love that.
And finishing on a high, really.
I love that.